Hi, Anthony Carlo here at the Heinz Athletic Center after the Gaels' 68-61 win over the St. Peter's Peacocks. Joining me today, Jonathan Stanko, and John making a reunion, a little bit of a reunion between the both of us here. Today, listen, the Gaels had to dig down deep in this win. We've seen a lot of contests where they've blown out teams, especially their last one in MSG. They took care of Niagara pretty quickly. What today was different that made this kind of a knockdown, drag-out type of brawl?
Well, I think, first of all, you look fantastic in a bow tie. So I'm just going to get that out of the way first. It's going to be distracting me, but I'll try and do my best. The big thing for Iona is that they came out slow. They got down 11 early. That was St. Peter's largest lead. AJ English missed his first 7 shots, and that was really a struggle for him. But obviously he picked it up late, and he got that big late 3 that I'm sure we're going to talk about that propelled this game into overtime. But it was really their offense was struggling. They just weren't not hitting their shots in the first half, and they struggled from 3 all game long, hitting only 25% from long range.
Absolutely right. Early on, it was a 23% clip from 3, which is so uncharacteristic of this team. As the game developed, though, it was interesting to see how Iona was penetrating inside and having those opportunities to really go up against a couple of bigs on St. Peter's that were hard to go up against. Dominique and Welton were 2 guys who were hard to go up against, but they managed to do that. How do you think they were able to penetrate so well inside?
I think David Lowry took it upon himself, seeing AJ English struggle in the first half, that he took it upon himself to go to the basket and really be aggressive. And he did that in the first half. He finished with a double-double, had a great overall game, had a little bit of a mental lapse with that late technical foul that we thought would be the dagger in the Gaels' heart, if you will, that gave up 4-point possessions at St. Peter's with, I think it was under 2 minutes left or somewhere around there. But you know what? I think it was the points in the paint. They outscored the Peacocks in points in the paint. And much like unlike working against Niagara, where they shot the ball well throughout the game, they had to get into the lane to get easy buckets because they weren't hitting their jump shots well. So they got into the paint, and then in overtime, finally their offense started to click in the last moments of the second half and into overtime. They were able to get the job done.
And today was another test for us, and luckily we barely passed. But we have to stop coming out lethargic to start the games. You know, we went down, I believe, 12-2, and then we had to make a late run in the end of the first half, and that's what we did. But we can't put ourselves in those positions.
Now, AJ English, John brought him up a couple of minutes ago. He wound up having a big day scoring, but what was interesting was he came on a little bit later than normal, but what a distributor he is. I mean, what court vision AJ possesses. I remember there was one play right here. I was right in front of it. I could not even realize that Kelvin Amayo was there for that pass, and AJ saw it. I mean, what kind of talent and sort of, gift is he to this team? Not only be able to score, but distribute the ball as well.
I think that's first of all, that last play where he got it to Amayo down low, that's ice in his veins right there. 0.6 seconds on the clock. He has the mental capacity to know that he has time to pass it, and Amayo has time to get the shot up. That's just fantastic basketball IQ. That clock in your head, he has it down to a T. That's fantastic by AJ English. And I think the big thing is you saw his confidence throughout the game. He missed his first 7 shots, but he kept on shooting the ball, and he hit that big 3 in the corner that gave the crowd momentum, and it gave everyone momentum here, and it propelled Iona to the win in overtime. You got to give credit to AJ English. Didn't play his best game, but he's able to put up the big numbers and be the captain that this team needs.
All of a sudden you saw life in him after he made that shot, made a couple of plays before that, and then in overtime he had some life and fire in his belly, and it was good to see that. That's normal AJ English that we see, and we really needed it at that point.
Down and out, they almost were until AJ English had that steal and that big 3. He's Jon Stanko. I'm Anthony Carlo, reporting from the Heinz Athletic Center after the Gaels' 68-61 win over St. Peter's.